Hey, what's going on, guys? My name is Gavin Kersellius. I'm a real estate agent and real estate investor. Today we're here at one of my listings in Northern Virginia. I'm going to be showing you guys 4 features that you can add to your home if you're thinking about listing it on the market, or if you're a real estate investor and you're doing a flip, that really don't cost much, but add a ton of character to the home and really make it pop. Come on. All right, so the first thing that you can do that I think adds a ton of character to home and really doesn't cost that much is dimmers. So on a light switch, you can go ahead and you can add a dimmer. What this will allow you to do is adjust the brightness in a given space. So you can come down super low, or you can go up super bright. And this is really good if you're in the bathroom super early in the day or super late in the day, and maybe you just want a different brightness at a different time, or maybe you have a preference, between you and your partner. You guys kind of like different lights. Everybody can basically get their own light setting, and it really doesn't cost that much. Depending on how many dimmers you're gonna add, let's say you're gonna add anywhere between 5 to 10 all around the home, let's say for 3 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms, and then maybe 1 on each common area. It really should only cost you, depending on where you buy the dimmers, and I'll link some just so you guys can see the price differences, but it really should only cost you anywhere between $100 to, let's say, like $250 at most, depending on how many dimmers you're adding throughout the home. So it's a really low cost way to add some character into the home, and it's also just very, I would say, efficient and comforting and really good for the long-term use and value of the prospective buyer. All right, so talking about light, the next thing is gonna be light temperature. So when you deal with lighting, there's all these different temperatures. You have lights that are closer to what we call daylight or bright white, and then we also have lights that some would refer to as a more warmer white. This doesn't really cost any difference. The only difference is the bulb, right? For like a 3-pack is usually gonna be anywhere for like the LEDs, anywhere between $11 to $15, $16, depending on what you get and where you get it from. Obviously, you can get it cheaper on Amazon and Wayfair, and I'll link those for you guys. But having the different light temperatures is really nice because some people like super bright and some people like warmer. And also, depending on the time of day, you might want to use a different light. So this is a feature that I've gotten a ton of really good feedback from buyers saying that they love the flexibility, and it's something that you can basically add for no additional cost, granted that you are changing the lights and not having to already go ahead and install some new ones. All right, so the third thing that you can add that doesn't really cost that much money, but I think adds a ton of value to a home, is a soap dish. Obviously, under the context that you are already redoing a bathroom or getting a house ready for a sale, so you're upgrading some things, go ahead and have your contractor add a soap dish. It's something that buyers absolutely love. I think it's something that kind of represents like luxury in the modern age, similar to like an open floor plan, but on top of all that, it's just very functional. Instead of you having to put soaps and shampoos on the floor, you can just go ahead and rest them at that level. Obviously, you just want to make sure that it's angled properly, just so you don't have water catching in the back. But aside from that, soap dish is super functional, doesn't really cost that much, and it's just a great addition to any home. All right, and the fourth and final thing you can do that's not very expensive, the USB outlets. So these cost probably at most, if you're buying them in like the 3-pack, 10-pack, maybe like $10 to $18 more than the regular outlets. I'll of course let you guys know the exact price, but that's something that buyers compliment properties on all the time. And this is super easy, even if you're not planning on doing a bunch of electrical in your house. If you just want to go in and throw one of these in each bedroom, and let's say like one in the basement and one in the living room, it'll add a ton of value to the home, as silly as it sounds. And you might think like, no, that's not gonna add value. Believe it or not, this is one of the things that I've gotten so many compliments on, so buyers really love it. And it just makes them feel like you listed your home or you did your flip with a lot of thought and a lot of care for them. And generally when they feel like that, they start to feel like the general quality of the flip is very high and they wanna give you the best possible offer. So those were the 4 things that you can do to your home at relatively low cost that will enhance the buyer experience and hopefully enhance the value that you can essentially get for your property. For more real estate videos, tune in, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.